Okay, yeah. No intro, no nothing, no none of that. Not only do I have to make up for lost time, I gotta get straight to the point, straight to the case. Of course, it's me, Captain Vaz. Today's We Live Action. You already know what it is. Here to bring you Bleach Chapter 651, Theater Suicide 5. Now, in this chapter, what do we see? What have we seen? What have we read? Okay, we have, pacing the progression of the battle, steadily moving forward. We got a backstory, we got revelation, but also we got the one thing that comes with almost every chapter of Bleach, especially within every arc. Questions, and more unanswered questions. I mean, they shouldn't even call this Bleach, they should just call it Questions, because of course when we first heard about this series, we all thought, that's an odd name, Bleach, but we just call it Questions. Every time Kubo answers a question or reveals something, there's more questions on top of that. Okay, now, yes, we all know, well, a lot of us did know, but most of us did know, that Shunsui Kuraku, of course, he's part of a noble family. Well, he is part of a noble family, one of the low tiers, just like Ukitake. And in this chapter, of course, we got to see his sister, we got to see his brother, and come to find out that Nanao is actually Shunsui's niece. And of course, I thought that was a little bit weird. I could have sworn in one chapter or one episode, maybe, if this was a joke, this is a very inappropriate joke to have towards your niece when he was asking for a kiss, or a smooch, if that's what I recall correctly. But also within this chapter, let's see, what do we get? We got Zanpakutos coming out of Zanpakutos. We have Zanpakutos that does not have a blade, that's not made out of a blade. We also have a character who's a Shinigami but does not have a Zanpakuto. Okay, now, let's all back it up. One of the things I also noticed within this chapter is that Lille, he slightly morphed again. He didn't necessarily change it to a new form. We see his head just stretched like a freaking, some of you know those flat satellite radars to be on top of aircraft. That's what it reminded me of, or a big plate or something. And you see his eyes just going crazy. And the thing is, which I'm not surprised, even in just media, just entertainment, fiction, whatever, damn females. No offense to my elite ladies watching this, or any of my elite female fans, but you see, her family was cursed. Full of women just cursed. These hollow-ass females, they curse you. I mean, you're married into the family, and bam, you end up dying. That's what happened to Shunsui's brother. And of course, apparently this sword, this Zanpakuto, which is passed down to generations throughout the Nanao's family, her mother believed that was the source of the curse. Now, of course, it was their family is a Shinto family. That sword is done for rankings and rituals and things like that, and rites of passage. And of course, she left out of the family thinking she can escape the curse, but of course that's not the case. And once her husband died, she went back to the family, and she didn't want Nanao to fall victim of the curse, so she told Shunsui, here, please hide the Zanpakuto for me. So of course, his Zanpakuto split herself into the other one, intentionally to hide that Zanpakuto. This is my thing. Alright, maybe Nanao's mother said, Shunsui, look, you're my brother-in-law. I'm so sorry about your brother. I feel guilty. Here, watch over my daughter. Here, your niece Nanao, watch over her. Have her go into your squad or unit or bears or whatever. Keep her close and hide this from her. But we see at some point Nanao, she didn't know about this. When was that told to her? Maybe, of course, her family's still around and she knew about this through her family heritage or lineage, What else? Also, the kimono, the robe that Shunsui has. I'm pretty sure, I mean, that was not shown to where she said, here, take this, keep this, or hold on to it and give it to my daughter. Just so many more unanswered questions, alright? But how did Nanao become a Shinigami without the Zanpakuto? Uetsu knows about this ceremonial Zanpakuto, and I believe it's what it takes the power of a god and separate it into 8 parts. And at this point with Bleach, the theories are as good as gold. And this is what I'm saying. The theories I've been hearing ever since I've been into Bleach, ever since I've been watching other Bleach reviews before I got on YouTube to start reviewing Bleach my damn self, I've been hearing the following things, you know. The Spirit, the Soul King is the final villain. Udohara is the final villain. Of course, I've even heard that during Yumicon. Speaking of which, that video is still under construction. This time it's kind of a challenge to do this video, but I'm gonna work with it, you know. I've even heard that at Yumicon. I ran into a lot of my subscribers. And with this, what else? What's the other thing? Aizen is related to Ichigo, you know, because they have the Getsus, you know. So many theories. But at this point, like I said, anybody's theory is good as gold. Your guess is as good as mine. Because, look at what we've seen all throughout Bleach, especially through this arc. Juha, first of all, the Quincy's, all this time we thought there were just two Quincy's. Oh no, they were always around still. They were just hiding in the shadows, inside the Sarate, or not just Soul Society, in the shadows, in the Sarate. Then, of course, Juha is the son of the Soul King. Then we have the limbs of the Soul King are separated. One of the limbs was inside of Ukitake. The other limb was part of the Star Knights. Things like that. Then we get to see Kumamoto's grandfather. Like, okay, where's the rest of this clan? This man-beast spirit clan. But my thing is this with the whole chapter. Yes, I stand corrected. Last chapter I did say I called bullshit. It did seem like it. It really did. But, okay. We get it. That is not literally her Zanpakuto. It was just hidden inside. Okay, we get it. Some look at it as Kubo trolling, or it was just basically misunderstood, or that's what we was left with, because we were left with a cliffhanger. Now, with this chapter, it really seems like Kubo kind of did an ass pull. The reason why I say it seemed like that, I'm not saying I'm going to call bullshit twice in a row, but then again, there was no, excuse me, there was no foreshadowing at all. This whole Nanao thing, this Zanpakuto she has, that's no blade. You know, for ceremonial purposes that was passed generations throughout her family, no foreshadowing at all. So the same way she put the Zanpakuto out her face, I hope Kubo didn't just put us out his ass. I mean, come on. I mean, yeah, it's cool. We got to see just a panel, or what? A panel or two of Shunsui's sister, and then Shunsui's brother. Some will say, well, like, first I was thinking, okay, what was the point of even showing Shunsui's sister, showing him when he was little? And it looked like she's way older than him. But then at first I was confused. Like, wait a minute, I know that's not Nanao's mother. Like, and then the brotherly little incest thing going on. Like, I'm thinking, like, no, that's not the case. But now that we see Star Knight X, the Axis, Lille, is going to die by the hands of Nanao, I wonder if this weapon makes it justifiable. Because in my last review, I did say, like, I just don't see Nanao using her Zanpakuto to kill this enemy of this, Lille, Star Knight X, because the strength of the Zanpakuto and the wielder is one and the same. They both go hand in hand. Like, she's just a regular lieutenant, nothing special. I mean, she bad as hell with the Kido. You know, she good with that. I will give her that. But I'm thinking, like, I know Nanao ain't strong enough just to, with the Shikai. And clearly, we know she don't have a Bunkai. Just go ahead and take out Lille. But we see with this Zanpakuto, which isn't her Zanpakuto, you know. And you know, throughout Bleach, I've seen at times when the Soul Reaper dies, the Zanpakuto fades away as well. But yeah, we've seen with Tosen's friend, the Zanpakuto still stayed. But I guess if the Soul Reaper dies and someone else takes it, I guess put their imprint on it, or no, maybe just the fact that it's just another wielder, it can still sustain its form or shape or whatever. Because this Zanpakuto passed throughout generations. Who's the original wielder? And she knows apparently she knows the name, you know, the command release, like what? So many things. But I do believe she will take some damage. I don't think it's gonna be like just straight wham bam, you're out of here. You know, she will take some damage. But I'm thinking like, okay, here's another pattern with the series of events that's happening. Did we not just see not too long ago there was a captain fighting a very strong opponent, getting his ass handed to him, and then here comes the lieutenant saving the day? Ring a bell, Nemu and Mayuri. But of course, this is a little bit different in this case because Nemu, even though she didn't technically, well, some could say she was the cause of the death, but she didn't necessarily beat Star Knight C. But in this case, we see that now it's going to be Star Knight X. But it's, I don't know. It's just crazy. So we got a lot in this chapter, but in the aftertaste of it, the after effects of it, it's just, I don't know. Will we? I don't know. And then with this Zanpakuto toe of hers, that was in her family, you know, is this the reason why the Soul King has the limbs spread? I mean, I know it said it could take the powers of a god and just separate into 8 parts. I know Soul King only has 4 limbs, half of that. You know, half of 8 is 4, and it says 8, but yeah, he's only missing 4, so that can't be the case. But then again, with all these crazy revelations and stuff that's just coming out of nowhere without any foreshadowing whatsoever, I mean, I don't know. But tell me what you all think. Can something still make sense without foreshadowing? Can it seem like an ass pull, or can it seem like something that can actually roll and be implemented into the story with a justifiable cause? So, to me, the variety of what was offered in this chapter, I was pleased with. But at the same time, I'm about ready for this fight to be wrapped up. I'm ready to get to some Star Knight M action. You know, with Ichigo and Grimjaw. Get back to Grimjaw, damn. Or Halibel, or Ashwalth, or Uryu, or whatever. But yeah, that's it. Just let me know, Elite. Thanks for watching. Me, Captain Vosby. See you all next week. Signing out.